Greetings, fellow flight crew. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship. Episode 4, The Pilgrim ship takes to the skies. So, at this point, we're going to break down things for steel just to get that research bench up. Even when we get orbital tech, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be able to go to orbit to hunt Bucky. So that might be a little tricky to fulfill, depending on availability of steel. So I think what's going to be best, I really want the high-tech research bench up. Oh, apparently I have enough steel for it. Perfect. Do I, yeah. So let's get the components for it so that Liara can start researching again. As far as animals go, I'll put the hunt back on. Might as well stock up on meat. And let's update the home zone. The other thing I wanted to do is there is uranium on the map tile, and I wanted to grab the uranium and then ruggedize the sections that are adjacent to the turrets with uranium so that if the turrets blew up, the uranium walls of the ship would not become compromised. So I need 10 components for that. I think problem is we have a bunch of turrets that have components queued, so we're kind of waiting on components for a lot of things. Rain did trigger, but as you can see, there was not a mitigating rain to stop the giant fire. So you can't rely on like, oh great, that's a thunder rain. So that's might just cause problems anyway. We'll see. Hey, Alex, thank you for the resub. Thought I had another light. I don't? Probably don't have the steel for this, but queue it up anyway. Cargo pods. Smoke leaf. Because of course. So Aram, let's have you get the components from over here. Did you get hit by lightning? You got burned. And Parduk, thank you for the resub too. Alright, so we have 2 out of the 4 turrets we want. And then there was uranium here to mine to beef up our walls once the components for the research bench are done. Because like at the moment, Breakfire and Liara aren't even doing anything. So I want to get the research bench up so she can start working on orbital tech. So again, the reason is if we have a hunt here, and I don't know if I can get here, like time left 51 days, that's a lot of time. That's like almost a full year. We need to get orbital tech and like suits allowing us to do orbital travel to be able to fulfill that. There we go. Alright, the other thing that would be nice to have is a luxurious chair for Liara. A frozen terraformer. So we found another grav core and gravellite panel location, and it is pretty far south. So if we work our way south, we're working towards Bucky and the grav cores, which would be nice. Now you have a really nice research bench. Sweet. So all we have left to do is to get some plasteel for the turrets from here and get the remaining components. But in the morning when it's light out, I will also, because we already have 2 turrets, I'll mess with the Ancient Danger. I probably won't end up opening the pods. I don't really want to fight, like, however many ancient soldiers are in there, but there might be treasure in there. Now, the danger, of course, is, like, mechs or whatever, but if we have to take off in a hurry because it's, like, dangerous mechs, we have the capacity to. There's nothing stopping us from launching now. What sets the ship size limit? So you have a tile limit out of 500, and this can be expanded with grav cores. So basically, grav cores, which we're finding out in the world, can expand your ship up to 6 times. So every time you build a grav core, you expand your sphere of influence for your ship. So if I built like a grav core here, we could build the ship to the east more. If I built here, we could build to the west more. And then each one you build also increases your tile cap by 250. So you eventually get a tile cap of 2,000. But then the shape is determined by where you actually place the grav cores. Okay, I'm so close to, let's get orbital tech next. I'm so close to having, yeah, there's all the turrets. So, Breakfire and Liara, come over here. And interestingly, I don't think... No, Liara can break walls. So I'll have Liara bust this wall out. And we'll see what we got. Bugs! We got some locusts. So locusts are fast-moving bugs. Well, not that fast. They're really small bugs. And we have some mega spiders. So now I'm opening up a path. My psycaths of, like, Blinding Pulse would not do anything here, but what I can do is I can hit Marksman Command and start clearing out the bugs. We have Tech Print for Neural Comp, which wouldn't be terrible to have. And then I do have Chaos Skip if, like, the... Oh, Ink, let's not have you get too close. So now that it's flying at me, it isn't constrained by terrain. Aram, let's get you inside. And I am spooling up the, Oh, great. You're, like, brain dead, aren't you? You stepped right in front of the turrets and ended up getting brained. Well, eyeballed. Well, okay. That's fun. What a genius. Alright, I'm going to Chaos Skip myself, because I don't really want to be tanking. I am surprised, actually, that these locusts are not leaving me alone, because I didn't actually mess with their hive. So the guard is coming over to help guard do his job. But I don't know why they're so aggressive. Also, your, like, accuracy is, like, dismal. What the hell, man? Holy hell, hit something, you moron! What do you have, shooting 14, 15? You have not hit anything yet? I know it's locusts and they're small, but for real? Alright, how about just melee? You do have a hand talent. So we'll rely on that, and I'll spool up these turrets. So basically R is like luring them past the turrets. And you're crawling to safety. Works for me. There we go. Let me just hand talon them up then. Well, Ink ended up getting brained by that thing, but the this Mega Spider is done. And I think that's all the hostiles in the map tile. Yeah, the fog sucks. It was bad timing because of the fog. She's a wimp, so that's why she collapsed instantly. But yeah, that accuracy was brutal. Alright, just fixing up the things we need fixed. Snake, if you touch my food, I swear to God. And transport crash of a Liara's daughter. Okay. Who has paralycopathia. Well, I guess psychopathy runs in the family. Also, she's you had her when you were 13? I guess you could have gone into crypto sleep. So maybe not true, but still a little weird. Okay. Aram, let's build a bed. And then Liara, rescue your daughter. Needless to say, raffle timer's up for the daughter. Good luck. She's got good stats. Fast walker, psychopath, cook, animal, melee. She could be a brawler. And then Ink here, the pain in her eye is enough that she's going to refuse to get out of bed. So, I am going to remove her eye. That's, but I'll wait until my potential doctors are healed from the injuries. But yeah, we're going to have to do a, eyeball removal in order to get, Ink back on her feet. So at this point, we are getting all the good research stuff. Oh, I guess there's a spellipede here still. I do need to kill the hives. So Liara and Breakfire, it's still foggy. Freaking foggy. But let's kill this smelly spelly. Or just have Snake fight it. Yeah, fight Snake. Don't fight me. Don't, actually, you know what? I don't want to shoot in there because the chance of hitting the pods is pretty great. Leave my jelly alone, Snake. Oh, it got up? Are you kidding? No way. How many glitter to cure paralycopathia? More than I'm willing to spend. How's that for an answer? Alright, getting the jellies. And then how about you apply the tech pick? I think it's 10. So it'd be 10 of our 19. Ritter, you've got bad shirt, bad pants. We can fix that. Make you a little bit happier. And we also picked up 2 advanced components, which is exactly what we need for a fab bench. So that's awesome. We can hold on to that and make sure it doesn't get destroyed or whatever. Once Liara is fully healed, I'll have Liara do the surgery. And Liara will dress her daughter. Actually, let's strip her first, so I take off the mask. And then shirt. And pants. There we go. I can then clear forest and have you move in front of the slaves. Alright, so what's left before launch at this point is to just get the gold and the components. So all the compacted machinery on the map tile I'm going to want to grab. I don't so much care about the, about silver ore. It's like, silver's not too rare, but if he's really on a mining spree, I might as well mine up the silver too. Yeah, being able to clothe people like that is a really nice addition to 1.6. Alright, Liara, are you ready for the surgery? I'm going to use herbal. Hope it goes well. I mean, we're only removing her eyeball. Worst case scenario, just do it again. Eyeballs out. Well, inked now a Cyclops. Oh, and Breakfire has tattered apparel, so that would be... I don't know why you're wearing that. Let me fix this. So the anything here is not going to include tattered. That was entirely avoidable. The only thing we really haven't gotten is the uranium ore. That would be the big bulk of what is left to be mined up. And once we have a little uranium ore, I'll queue up the uranium walls around the turrets, because that's going to be important. The reason is an exploding plasteel mini turret will blow out and depressurize our grav hulls, but if it's uranium, it won't. So I want a ship that can't be depressurized as easily. Yeah, at some point, maybe we get a bionic eye for her. She's a slave. I don't mind for her to recover, but it's low on the priority list of things to do. She's not a shooter, so it doesn't really affect a lot of her work. And the raffle timer's up, so Atla. Congrats. So I think there's 6 compacted machinery left on the map tile, and then everything else is gold and uranium ore. Almost ready to launch. I know it's been a minute, but I did build like a giant ship. So, you know, that was the hang-up. That was the slowdown. And again, I'm intending to leave the cryptosleeps alone. I don't need a bunch of rabid ancient soldiers popping out trying to murder me. Alright, taking a look at compacted. There's no compacted left on the map tile. And there's only uranium ore left on the map tile. So the only thing left to mine up is uranium. So the plan is, once we have the uranium, I will replace some of the grav hulls from steel to uranium, so that they're tougher. I could also butcher bugs for chem fuel, as long as we're not cooking with it. It's not a terrible source of chem fuel, so I'll allow that too. And I'll stick their corpses in the freezer. So just double checking the bills here. Insect meat is not included, so we're not going to accidentally eat it or anything like that. And then on this bill, we'll do organics forever of insect and human meat. I don't intend to butcher human likes. We're not cannibals, but if I find myself with free human meat, I'll turn it into chem fuel. So mine is going to be a higher priority than construct, but then once the construction is done, here's the deal. Uranium grav halls will be here, where the turrets could possibly explode. And we'll do it on the other side as well. It's not a lot of uranium, but it will be a pretty significant boon if the... I'll even do here too. We're going to have to remove the lights. I'll move the lights over. A pretty significant benefit if we ever have like a turret explode. So that will be nice. So now it ruggedize or prep for launch, and the last thing to prep for launch is the tougher walls, because we're just about done. We have 3 nodes left of uranium, and then there's nothing left to mine. There's no, there's actually another uranium ore node. I'll probably leave that behind. I don't need that much uranium. In fact, I'm not going to bother mining the rest of the uranium. I don't have uranium slugs. I don't have things that I need to make. Oh, geez, are you kidding? Never mind. I guess we're getting some gold first. The other thing that would be nice to do is, I'm not even going to do uranium doors, I'm going to do plasteel auto doors. I'm going to go spend big bucks for the big doors. You know, with that in mind, I don't actually have a lot of steel, so if I want that, I will have to break something down for steel. Randy was like, oh, you want to leave? Here's some gold. You're not leaving yet. It's like, okay, touche. Well, if we have a royal tribute collector, I certainly could go up in royal rank with that. Don't feel safe with a bear sitting there, though. I might need to do group hunt with Breakfire and Liara ripping up that bear. I would like to not have to do it in the rain, though, because that's going to hurt my accuracy. That's a pretty... Oh, God, that's more gold. I went from 63 gold to, like, 700 gold. That was a really big asteroid. Or meteorite. Orbital tech is research. So orbital tech gives you access to the orbital scanner, which is a passive way to find things up in orbit. The oxygen pump, which oxygenates your ship. A vac barrier, which is kind of like an open door that keeps atmospheres separate. And vac suits, which is airtight. I'm going to start researching advanced grav tech. And then we're going to get uranium in this ship. In fact, I should put uranium here as well. But we're almost ready for launch. We just need to scoop that uranium up. Unfortunately, it's like the same color, so it's not very clear what is made of uranium, what isn't, but all the most sensitive walls are made of uranium. I can paint it later, yeah. The walls are paintable. Alright. I have an undignified throne room. There we go. And quest expires 2 hours. I'm not taking a deserter, so bye. The deconstruct tasks, I could probably not worry about, because we have all the steel stuff that I needed anyway. So, if I'm not mistaken, we're all set to go. I'll wait for Breakfire to get his last buck, and I'm going to pause the butchery. Also, weapons... I think what I'll do is I'll have a separate shelf here for weapons. I don't really need an Ikla. So for that specific weapon, I'm going to just drop it outside. But I need to keep the slaves and the weapons separate, or it's going to encourage them to revolt. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if we take a look, Slave Rebellion, yes, they're not near weapons, so they're fine now. Okay. Gold left behind? Yep, just a little bit, 93 of it. So Arm's going to grab the last of the gold, and then we'll go. Good call. Thank you for the cheers, guys. Joint, Super Rascal, Ev, Van Deathheart, Dark, Silver Knight, for the resubs as well. Okay. I'm just gonna save just in case, but let's launch. Small thrusters are full. Crew count is only 2. But, yeah. The plan here is to start heading to the Mechanoid Relay. And yes, we want to launch. So I can't get all the way there. It's beyond maximum range, but we can land... Land on the road at the tropical rainforest. I don't want to go to a tropical swamp. Tropical swamps are kind of annoying to deal with. And I didn't want to go to a glow forest because they're hard to deal with too. We'll eventually visit them for sure, but not right now. So the plan for this map tile is just to prepare to jump again to the Gravcoreless spot. It wouldn't be necessarily a bad idea to prepare for like fabrication though, because we do have the advanced components. So take a look at the map tile. There is steel way up here, but I don't really want to be parking the ship at the map edge. And apart from that, there's really not a good spot. There's like no ore in the center. There's a little bit of components here. Yeah, it sucks. So I'll park us like here so we have some water around us. Which makes attacking for a little bit more challenging for attackers. But it's not ideal. The other thing is that this shelf needs to be for weapons, so this is going to be critically important for weapons. And once it fills up, I'm going to have to like get rid of weapons or something. So, is there steel here? There must... I mean, there is a little bit. Compacted steel. So there's some down here. Because that's probably the resource we need the most. Out of all the resources we lack. Because we only have 90 of it. That's what we're going for. I think I'm actually going to start researching the multi-analyzer because I wouldn't mind getting fabrication sooner than later. The quest for... So, the current priority right now is mine steel and head to the RAV4. Additionally, I think I wouldn't mind... Before I get multi-analyzer, I wouldn't mind getting shield belts. Because I don't mind having Ink and Arum have shield belts so that they can be like baited for combat. There's... I guess I can hunt boomlopes here. Because it's not a grassland, so the fire is not a big deal. Can I try to find chem fuel? There might be some chem fuel... So the next hop we're going to do is the Gravcore, but there could have been, like, chem fuel locations around that I hadn't identified. Can I try fishing for chem fuel? Ink could fish, potentially. She has animal handling skill. But I'm pretty set on what I'm researching right now, so I'm not going to spend any time fishing. Additionally, it's probably a lot faster to cut down trees and turn the wood into chem fuel than it would be to fish anyway. Right? Like, we're surrounded by cypress trees. That's the go-to for sure. And willows. One of the benefits of being in a rainforest. Large sewing for auto shop is the way to go here. Probably eventually. The thing is you can't put it on mud. So this is mud. So that's why I was manually targeting, because auto chop doesn't work on mud tiles. I wish it did, but it doesn't. So, you know, the alternative is like put it in a pen or something, pen marker, but like that's pretty silly too. You didn't notice it was mud? Yes. Don't worry about it. I'm just letting you know why I didn't use your idea, because it's not possible to do it on mud. Mud. And that's actually a big change that 1.6 introduced. The map generation of 1.6 introduces a lot more varied map tile, like sand and mud and things like that. But as a result, in order to have map tiles that are like sandy or muddy not be basically barren, they allowed a lot of trees that previously, and other plants that previously would not have been allowed to be grown on mud, to be allowed on mud. Which means, you know, in RimWorld 1.5, mud would basically have nothing growing on it, and now it does. Royal Ascent, yes. Yes, yes, yeah. But not right now. Actually, we can leave that up, I guess. I don't need to delete it. Okay. Fine meals are now going to be lavish carnivore meals. That's going to be the go-to for Liara. Raising quality up a bit. Because sourcing meat is not an issue here. That might be... How much steel do we have in the south? Yeah, okay, there's 1,000 steel there. I think we're good on steel. Thank you, Aram. Poor little Yo-Yo. The Divine Pope of UDC is looking for a safe settlement to take care of her caribou, Yo-Yo. We'll have blood rot. Do we want to take care of Yo-Yo? For a minute, I thought it was like a famous cellist, but no, it's just a caribou. Alright, we are refilling our chem fuel. Those rewards seem pretty lacking. I would agree. They pretty low-key suck. Alright, schedule. I want everyone in home right now because we have a bunch of rats coming in. And I'm spooling up the turrets. How many rats? Maybe it's not so dangerous. I see 3 angry rats. Alright, Breakfire, I think you can handle that. Although it is raining. So maybe you can't. Oh, there goes one. There goes 2. And 3. Released. And you can see the advantage of having turrets just attached to your ship in secure points with 1,000 hit point hulls so that you don't, like, lose your hull blowouts. But yeah, it's pretty nice to just be able to, like, oh, yeah, enemies? No problem. Alright, Yo-Yo. That's a no-no. So the next hop that we have is this mechanoid relay. It's a Willow Grove tree archipelago. Archipelago means there's going to be a lot of water. We are racing towards shield belts so that I can have my slaves basically soak up shots from the mechs, allowing Breakfire and Liara not to get shot at as much. And we have the machining table already for that. Once we hunt Bucky, because eventually I would like to hunt Bucky up in space, which is above this tile. So we are here. We're gonna want to get over there. So it'll be like a hop to a hop to a hop, something like that. So it's gonna be a minute. But we are 1.7 days away from next hop for engine cooldown. So the goal here is just to try to fill up, because there's really no other resources. I mean, we got a lot of meat. We have a lot of lavish meals for Liara. So what we're essentially just waiting on is like the engines to cool down. So acquiring as much raw resources before then as possible is ideal. Ooh, right. Alright, crafting spot. Making clubs out of wood. And then leaving the clubs here. Grinding skill. I could do wooden war masks, but I'll do club. I need a new research project. Let's get standard grav tech. That seems reasonable for next. Yeah, if I did masks, they wouldn't be weapons. Actually, clubs are made pretty quickly, so you might be right. War masks. What is the work to make? 50, 50, so it's a 2-to-1 ratio, and then clubs are work to make 20, so that's the wrong rate. So war masks are better. Probably harps, actually. Let's just make harps. That's a lot of work to make, and it's the one we have sucks, so like maybe it will be better. What I'll do is I'll make harps forever, but only if we have crafting skill 0 to 5. So as soon as we have crafting skill 6, we stop making harps. Oh, Ink's flirting with Aram. Didn't work. And then Atla's 6 days down into the Paraligabacia. And if you're wondering, yeah, there is a anti-Abacia mechanite treat infusion, which is like 10 Glitterworld meds, but given how we have so few meds, her life's not at risk, so it's fine. I might want to put her in not darkness, though. You know, she is paralyzed, but she's conscious, so let's let it up a bit. And she's sharing a room with Breakfire, and Breakfire doesn't care much. Elephant self-tamed. Okay. Zone. Hey, elephant, come here. Here's the thing. If you intend to go to space often enough, you can't really keep animals because there's not a really good way to keep your animals vacuum safe. Ranching in space, not really a thing. Aren't space snails or anything like that. So in the case of this elephant, it's like, sorry, you just have to get killed. Reminder to harvest the wild hero. Yeah, once we have enough wood for all the harps. Sure. This ship is dirty. Ink. Higher priority clean. The risk, of course, is like dirty kitchen equals sick people. Okay, we have a bunch of harps now. What is your... Oh, ink. I don't want ink doing it. So bills. This is going to be for RM only. Sorry, ink. I misled you. And make sure we keep getting the wood for it. Because I feel like... Has Tynan ever seen a maple tree? These completely do not look like maple trees to me. But I guess it is September. They look weird. They look very... limmy. Whereas, like, I don't know, I grew up with a bunch of maple trees around me and they were very lush. I feel like they need to revisit that texture. Is she the right ideology? Ooh, good question. No, she's not. Ah, yeah. Therein lies a bit of a problem, doesn't it? I don't have a place for a prison. Thanks for asking that question. I would have noticed. So, we're gonna have to do a little conversion therapy. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey Pilgrim Ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow pilgrims.